तो भाई लोग कैसे हो?
एक सेकंड।
बहुत
हाँ।
भाई किधर जा रहा है?
अरे यार, इसको स्टार्ट करते ही ये
लास्ट
सब ड्रामा
लास्ट मिनट
करना।
में इसको पानी, दारू।
पानी? बे भावटुक।
कौतुक।
क्या हो गया अबे?
अबे अबे वो मेरा है। ए कलम।
We do this gag in different ways. Different. Like I've
या
seen Varun. I saw Varun look at Kautuk. आ रहा है कि नहीं? हाँ, आ गया. अभी मैं करता
ये ले,
हूँ ओवर
ये ले
एक्टिंग.
ये ले बाबा, ये ले
Oh
चाय, ले
no,
चाय
नहीं
भी
नहीं,
थोड़ा
shit
ये ले।
shit. I wish I don't have a cup with me. Wait. I can do magic. हाँ, चल तू दे मेरे को.
हाँ, तू यहाँ से कब देगा? वहां से एसी रिमोट आएगा।
अरे वाह।
गुड।
Aadar
हम
and
लोग
Neville are available for all children's parties, birthday
parties,
parties.
yeah. And our podcast that has been missing for 2 weeks comes back with, hey, remember how we do this every single time either of us are in the other person's house shooting?
But one second.
Here it
Remember
is
this?
again.
Hey guys, I'm okay.
चलो, after
Kautuk's
that,
new. I'm also approving of Kautuk's new stance of this doing the podcast
Yeah,
like
this
this.
is this is who I am now.
basically Kautuk is going to shoot from Nikita's room from now
या
on.
He is also overconfident. Just putting him in Nikita's room with a plant at the back has given him confidence that he didn't have.
कौतुक अंदर रूम में क्या बोला? क्या प्लांट है ब्रो? बता दे। पीछे देख,
For
वो प्लांट ऊपर जा रहा है, 18 फ्लोर पे जा रहा है।
I can't tell you how weird this is because he's got a bed here, right? And this thing is a canopy. It's falling on top of it.
So you won't believe the curtains are so thin that the light doesn't stop. ठीक है, तो सुबह को अगर बाय एनी चांस अगर मैं वहां सोया हूं ना, तो मैं अपने आप को ऐसे प्लेस करता हूँ लीफ के शैडो में। क्या नींद आती है, क्या नींद आती है।
like old school people.
हाँ,
Like old school
sleeping in
people in
nature.
it.
झाड़ के छाव में सो रहे। चलो, on that note, let's
I
begin
love
the episode.
okay.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set So, a show we take random incidents, weird absurd facts, and even personal stories, and we talk about them. And today's episode is to remind you guys to wash your hands because the episode is hygiene.
ये
Uh,
But the thing about
Now-
washing
now
the
we
hands
will
is
do-
now we started learning how to do it. No, with this.
Yeah.
thing
Not
at
now,
like
when
after
COVID happened.
Corona. Yeah, after,
Okay,
after
by the
COVID.
way, I have to be. So the thing is, you have to be. I am used to cleaning here, there with the soap. Now I'm so used to it. As an Indian, I wash my hands so often that now that it is 1 degree minus, well, minus 1 0, this area dries up the fastest. So there's like, ये देख ऐसे खून वून निकलने लग जाता है हाथ से.
Aadar,
Because it
इतना
gets-
इतना wash नहीं करना है.
No, because it's so dry. If I put gloves on or something,
But there is
it
also
just-
something called moisturizer.
I know, and I've gotten used to that. I'm not used to washing my hands and immediately putting like a choda sa and just like
And lotion,
moving
हाँ.
on. Yeah.
But
अब
to
तो
be
मैं
fair,
बोलते रहने दो, मैं बैक्टीरिया के साथ ही खा लूंगा।
मेरे बीवी ने लाके बाथरूम में रख दिया अभी कि तू रूम में जाके करेगा नहीं, तू हॉल में आके करेगा नहीं, बाथरूम में उसके बगल में रख दिया
तू
अभी.
तभी भी नहीं करेगा जब
Yes.
तक अपर्णा खुद आके तेरे हाथ लेके ऐसा नहीं करेगी, तो नहीं करेगा ब्रो।
or the other thing is, Aadar suddenly at some point in the day realizes my hands are damn soft. Why?
Yeah.
And it's been because for 2 days I've put this. So it's nice. So
या
then he will remember.
मैं या तो मैं नींद में सो रहा हूँ और मेरे को रात को लगा के सुना के कि ऐसा करके, and like every night she puts it on my hand before. By the way,
So that's
मेरे
another
बाल-
good thing, very important hygiene thing, guys. Don't sleep with
Yeah.
dry anything. Use moisturizer.
Dry
But तुम लोग
anything.
Also,
Sorry for this moment of immaturity, but
but अच्छा मेरे को बता, what is your biggest hygiene pet peeve? If I had to ask you.
like from sorry, I'm just going to ask it like pet peeve as in what I don't like in other people or what I don't like in
like
myself.
in pets. No, in pets.
Yeah. What hygiene treatment does your pet that you don't have not like? Welcome to hygiene episode, or as Baba says, what?
So
अच्छा
what-
बताओ,
I like
सवाल
the
का
pose.
जवाब तो दो।
I like the pose that Baba is making. के पीछे कोई है उसके, you know, one of those back-to-back posters.
no,
No.
okay. Let me answer Varun's
Or
question.
Baba.
Yeah, no. I'll answer your question with, I think the lowest grade hygiene thing that everybody does apart from like having a bath, right? Which is brushing your teeth twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
That
and-
is the thing.
but
But-
here's the thing. sorry, what I was going to get at. So morning to ho jata hai, okay, because you want to feel fresh, the day is there, etc., etc. But in the night, sometimes you come back and it's a long, tiring day, and you get into bed and you're watching TV or whatever it is, and then
फिर
there is
चमकता है.
this. No, there is this moment, right, where you remember कि oh अभी निकलना पड़ेगा brush के लिए, right? And there's a debate which you have with yourself, right? कि is it worth it tonight?
You
कि
keep
मेरे
delaying it, you delay
No,
it, delay it. You're like, एक दिन नहीं करूंगा, 2 बार ब्रश तो
हाँ
चल जाएगा,
हाँ
कल 3 बार कर लूंगा, और फिर तो नहीं
हाँ
करता है.
no. But the other thing about this is that the twice a day brushing habit is one of those things that people try to inculcate early on. But the minute you are left to your own vices for the
oh
first time in your life, it is not happening for the first, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months or whatever. Because
You're
you're
doing
like,
it twice. You're doing it twice a week. हाँ, तो अभी मंडे को किया, अभी अगला मैं फ्राइडे को करता हूँ.
no, not that bad. But I'm just saying, you don't do it. You just don't. And then you suddenly realize, bro, 1 second, I really need to do this thing because it's not, it's a problem now.
Baba, if you brush your teeth twice in a week, your mouth will smell like the thali from Highway Gomantak.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Tasty to eat though.
Yes,
Tasty,
but
yeah,
but
but
with a lot of
dangerous.
stuff, including
But
kanda
the
and
thing
surmai.
is, and the chances are that my mouth will smell like the thali from Highway Gomantak because that is what I would have eaten.
So, by the way, there is one other thing, right? The other main reason, like which people, apart from hygiene, which I think is lower on the priority list of most people as compared to what I'm going to talk about now, which is that people brush their teeth so that they can smile and not be embarrassed, right?
Correct.
वही है main.
Yeah.
कि मैं दांत दिखा सकता हूँ public को खुल्लम खुल्ला. So the interesting thing is there are, I found this thing where there are about, there's different types of smiles, right? And there's about 19 of them.
And we are
19
going to go through each one of them in gross detail for the
No.
next 23 hours.
So basically these 19 different types of smiles, they fall into two categories, which are polite or social smiles and genuine happy smiles. So, and you'd be surprised that the polite smiles outnumber the happy smiles. So people smile just for, like social lubrication more than they do because they actually feel like
smiling. Yeah.
like smiling. There's one beautifully obvious fact that they've added in this. People tend to smile more when they are surrounded by people than when they are alone.
Oh wow!
Yes.
I didn't realize.
You know,
Because
all the people
otherwise-
are just alone, like
Just smiling at my pressure
smiling into the
cooker.
void, like.
दीवार को देख के. Hello, how are
But
you?
bro, you brought up a nice point, Kautuk, and I think that is it's a good time to talk about the sponsor of this week's episode, which is Colgate Visible White. Now, since we were talking about teeth, we were talking about oral hygiene. There's one interesting thing that has come up right now, which is yes, people care about oral hygiene, freshness of the mouth, your gums, teeth being strong, but also the more beauty aspect of your teeth, because like you said,
Aesthetic.
if you don't have like nice white teeth, so to speak, people tend to smile sort of lesser. Are y'all very conscious when it comes to like smiling? How involved are you into making your teeth like white?
Brushing my teeth has never been more important in my life than it is now because it's just incredibly expensive to like mess up my teeth. Also because we are actors, that becomes worse.
I was just going to ask
the
you guys.
moment a camera comes and they're like, no, we're going to do a close-up of this area. Because now the eyes are not there to hide or compensate for stuff. Then you are just so aware suddenly of every little nook and cranny. और लंच के बाद कर रहे हैं तो लंच के बाद वाला shot is very dangerous to do.
Yeah, same thing with me and coffee. Like I love coffee or drinking black coffee. So obviously, if you're a heavy coffee drinker, there is the chance of your discoloration of your teeth. In many people, you see like the slight yellowishness that comes in. So I used to always be conscious of that. So कभी भी अगर shoot पे जा रहा है, कुछ भी important photo shoot है, film shoot है, जो भी, this part has to be like white. So you would go get a procedure done, but the problem in doing the procedure is that 6 months later you're back to where you started, right? Because you have nothing that sustains that whiteness.
Yeah,
you can't keep doing that process again and again.
I'll come to this. Okay, so Sorry, Kautuk, you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say that after listening to Varun and Aadar, I have never felt happier being a writer.
The paper doesn't judge you.
कोई नहीं देख रहा है,
No,
कोई
what
नहीं.
are you talking about? Even I'm a writer, but I'll tell you my problem. So I love chai, right? And I do. I mean, y'all have seen me drink chai. It's almost an unhealthy habit. In my case,
Yeah.
it's wrong. I
It's a
start off
problem.
with it's a problem. It's no longer a habit. I drink this much chai to start my day. So
Oh.
it's true. It really is. Kautuk has seen it. And the thing is, I drink chai through the day as well. So I do end up getting a lot of stained teeth because unfortunately I don't have a vanity man roaming around with me. It's very difficult for me to brush, right? What ends up happening, not only do I get the stain on the front end of my teeth, but because of chai, you also stain the back of your teeth.
Oh, yes.
And that was a shocker. Right? When I first discovered it, I was like, bro, no, not happening.
No, and also I think it's come to a point where people like me especially, right? I tend to get conscious if my teeth are looking off. So I'm very like, oh, it has to look, like you have to maintain that whiteness. I mean, kara theek thaak hai, kharab nahi hai, right? But there is a lot of food and drink that I have that leads to that discoloration or like the slightly yellowing of the teeth. So the thing about this Colgate Visible White toothpaste is that it starts working within a week and it starts removing all your surface level stains, right? So say if you've gone and done a procedure also, like I said, in 6 months, it comes back, your teeth start looking the same. This
Bro,
is
ये तो
something that
मेरे
sort
लिए
of
perfect
helps
है.
you, it helps you maintain it, right? एक हफ्ता मतलब immediately चालू करके नहीं होगा, एक हफ्ता लगता है और उसके बाद you will see it gradually sort of happening till it reaches a point where it is nice and wide and gives you that proper smile, because that I think that smile gives you a certain level of confidence. You notice that if the day your teeth are a little bit off, मेरे लिए तो होता है कि थोड़ा मैं awkward होने लग जाता हूँ. So
मैं तो पहले से ही ox है, तो I don't want more problems.
Yeah. So anyway, so this was basically to tell you guys about this new Colgate Visible White toothpaste that is available in the market. You guys should go check it out. Buy it right away. Like I said, starts whitening your teeth within 1 week. Has a lot of whitening accelerators and exfoliants that polish your teeth and make it look good so that you can have that bright, nice, happy white smile on your face. And yeah. So
Wait,
thank you so much.
हम लोग को क्यों
Colgate
नहीं मिला
Visible
ये?
White.
I'm like,
क्योंकि
why
यहाँ से
only
लंदन नहीं
Thakur?
भेजने वाले तेरे लिए पागल. और मैं जाके लेके आया अभी.
Hey,
क्योंकि मैं यूज करता हूँ इसलिए.
Thakur, I gotta tell you this, okay? Here's a fact about the ideal smile. Because there are scientists out there in the world who have spent precious time, resources, their own.
Because I don't understand how much like itna time kaise, like I love it.
Are you ready? Okay.
हाँ.
The ideal smile involves strict mathematical ratios, the research states. Its width should be no less than half of the face's width. Both lower and upper lips should be symmetrical on each side of the facial midline. The smile should reveal most of the upper teeth and very little or none of the lower teeth.
Wow.
Baba's got it. So apparently,
I followed your instruction.
Yeah. Margot Robbie apparently
but
has.
you forgot about the eyes, right? The eyes are involved in smile.
That is poetry. What Kautuk has defined is science.
Correct.
To understand, there's a difference.
But Aadar is right.
Also,
Marriage. It's a
rest of the
marriage.
face is involved. I like how Kautuk said ideal smile is Margot Robbie. Yeah, Margot Robbie is ideal everything.
No, but
Ideal fingernails, Margot Robbie. Ideal hair, Margot Robbie. Ideal, Margot Robbie.
So what Aadar was saying is also true. Like the fact that your eyes, when people say that your smile should reach your eyes, right? Like
correct.
It should crinkle your eyes. That's a genuine happy smile, right? But there's the other thing that people can. It looks damn weird, and there's a guy who does it all the time. Tom Cruise, if you've seen him smiling, always looks slightly off because his eyes are too wide when he's smiling.
No, there is something that people have not noticed about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise doesn't have the two buck teeth like all of us do. These two, Tom Cruise
has buck
three.
teeth, no? Oh, he has three buck teeth.
He has three.
Yeah.
And once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
Oh, I always thought those two were wider. They were supposed
No, it's
Can I-
1, 2, 3. And if
Okay.
you look at a Tom Cruise photo, you can never unsee it.
So you're saying
Yeah.
कि असली Mission Impossible Cruise का dentist कर रहा है.
Yeah. I don't know
Whoa,
what
whoa.
he's doing. Yeah. It's just
But for me, honestly, I think it's two things. One is brushing teeth twice, and especially summer months, showering twice. Like, why are there balloons?
I like the moment he mentioned showering. Acha, this
Did
is
you
the
see?
new Apple.
Weren't there
This is
balloons
the
on my
new
screen?
Apple.
1 second,
This
hold
is the
on.
new Apple feature.
Yes, 1 second. I have a question. What did you say? What was the exact sentence you said? You said
What?
something. Whether you said shower or you said
Showering twice in the summer.
no, in summer, and there was before that there was what are the two things?
Brushing twice.
Yeah.
Brushing twice.
Like,
I
there was
don't
a
know.
phrase in the middle. I
Yeah,
think
there
he
was a
used.
trigger word which sounded like New Year or something like that, and that has caused.
हाँ, New
Say
Year
Happy
बोल
New
दो.
Okay, so all
Say
the
Happy New
audio,
Year.
all the audio listeners, randomly balloons started showing up on my screen. Hence this conversation. No, but coming back to teeth, I think teeth and your oral hygiene is probably it's one of the first things inculcated in you since you're a kid, right?
Yeah.
And as like when you're younger, you don't pay as much attention, but as you grow older, don't you feel it? That's when it actually starts like
Yes.
changing, because yes, you were told to brush twice when you were younger. You did it
Because-
sometimes. You did it to please your parents or
Please,
show
yeah,
them that
yeah.
you're doing it, but you never sustained it for a long period of time.
हाँ, because जब यंग थे तब दांत गिर जाते थे ना, और जब नए दांत आए थे तब ये मम्मी क्या बोलती थी, अभी ये परमानेंट है, which is अभी ये गया तो गया. So that the fear of that for the first 2 years तो मेरे को वही
There
fear
is
पे ही
there
चल
is
रहा था.
that also. As you grow older, your proximity to other people also increases. You
Proximity
spend
to
more time
other people.
also increases.
Wow.
So at that time, you don't want to be be somebody who has like bad breath. You know what I mean?
What is happening?
Now there is a thumbs up on my screen. What is going on?
That's hilarious. And it came at this moment as if it was agreeing with you.
Yeah,
was
that's
perfect.
what. It's like it's
There are these-
very intuitive, very nice.
There are these key words that you are using, Varun Thakur, that I don't think you know about that are triggering this thing. So anyway, no. So I think I have a thing. I don't like body odor, a foul body odor coming from me. Like I'm very particular about that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And the other.
So why don't you have a bath?
And the other.
It's quite
but
an
no,
easy solution, Baba.
But the other thing is that like I don't like dirt in the toenails, like that really it's
Yeah.
something that is like I no, like I need my toenails to be
Manicured,
decorated,
pedicured.
like pedicured, like they need to be
Yeah, for sure.
and occasionally I have myself cross that boundary where I've realized that अभी मैं एक और बार सॉक पहनेगा तो सॉक फट जाएगा मेरा नाखून से. And I'm like, no. So,
But
No, but
coming back to the teeth, it's just I have been so scared with like यहाँ पे, because I literally 2 months ago, me and Aparna made a trip to India. Yes, मेरा shooting हो रहा था, वो सब हो रहा था. The real reason was we both wanted to go to the dentist and do like 20 things. Literally, we went to the dentist और बोला menu दिखाओ. And we are just going yeah, because it is cheaper to fly to India and go to the dentist than it is to go to the dentist here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like
Yeah,
ये दांत
yeah,
में क्या बड़े निकाल दो दांत. Because
No,
now
that's another thing, bro. Going to the dentist, right? The earliest you remember is again when you were younger, and then there was a phase in the middle where you would not really go to the dentist. Then again, it comes to a point where like, 1 minute, I'm really severely underplaying the ill effects
Dental
of
hygiene.
bad teeth. That you start obviously frequenting. You get a whole bunch of procedures done. I feel it also came to a point right now that it's not just about oral hygiene. Right, one is keeping your teeth strong, one is your mouth smelling fresh, no bad breath, etc., nothing stuck between your teeth, flossing, right? But I feel people are also, along with hygiene, moving towards the more beautification of teeth. By the way, so I found one fact about the ancient Romans and the toothpaste recipes that they had. So they used to
Hmm.
essentially have this mixture of honey and crushed eggshells. So, so the abrasiveness of the eggshells is what used to keep the teeth clean, while the honey provided the sweet taste.
Oh my God.
तो
ये इन लोग
पत्थर ही
तभी
लेके
से
डाल देना, पत्थर पे हनी डाल
That's
और
a lot,
पत्थर
huh?
लेके अपना इनामल उड़ा दे सारा का सारा.
And just to add to that, do you guys know the first true toothbrush? The first the first true toothbrush. I didn't think that would be a tongue twister. The first true toothbrush was consisted of Serbian pig hair bristles wired into carved cattle bones, and it was invented in China in the year 1498. Okay.
Wow.
But of course, toothbrushing didn't become a
So,
routine in the
That's a
United
very
States.
rare thing to do because I've never seen pigs with hair.
Oh नहीं, वो tail, नहीं tail पे भी नहीं है ना?
every
No,
time,
there is. Of course, there
On
is
the
hair,
back and stuff. हाँ.
which you have to take
पूंछ
out
उठा के
anyway.
ऐसे.
bro,
So
every time they had to brush, they had to go hunt, kill an animal, skin it, take the bone.
no, they
फिर
made
उसके
it.
बाद pick को
I'm
करो फिर.
I'm
अरे
assuming
यार जरा.
they made it
By
once.
then they already
Or
have gingivitis. They're like,
फिर
छोड़
तो
यार अभी निकाल ही दे
फिर
दांत.
तो मैं कभी
actually,
ब्रश करूंगा ही नहीं. मुझे अरे चलो बेटा जाके ब्रश करो. अरे यार कौन पिग ढूंढने जाएगा अभी
no, but
रात
I
को 11
think
बजे.
You know, here's the thing. We're so lucky that we're in 2023 and we have the options that we do. Because one was this cattle bone pig hair brush. Okay, eggshell
or you
toothpaste.
had to be in
Hold
World War
on.
II.
Hold on. Or they had mouthwash. The ancient Romans used, wait for
So
it,
scared. I'm so scared.
urine as a
Oh,
अरे यार.
disinfectant mouthwash.
But what do
Because
you use
the
as a
ammonia content in urine was thought to contribute to oral hygiene.
See, the
So,
chemistry is sound. The chemistry is sound. But you know, I am aware that the ammonia would help. But still,
but the taste buds are not, I feel.
this is not the
yeah.
ideal mouthwash, even though.
Oh my God. Can you imagine when they were getting in close proximity to each other?
Dude, you won't believe. Okay, 18th century में European communities they used to have tooth extraction parties.
Nice.
So तो तेरे रास्ते में पार्टी हो रही है, where a skilled tooth puller would entertain the guests by extracting teeth, often accompanied by music and refreshment.
See, if I
मतलब तू
want
सोच
to,
वो
if I
टाइम पे
want to,
पब्लिक के पास टाइम पास करने के लिए कुछ नहीं. आज क्या कर रहे हैं? अरे आज कौतुक का दांत निकाल रहे रास्ते के बीच में, चल चल जाते हैं.
please,
तो कोई तेरा
please
दांत
don't
निकाल रहा है,
give,
पब्लिक नाच रहे हैं उधर कि क्या
please
मजा आ
don't
रहा है यार.
please don't give the makers of Big Boss ideas, Thakur. Please don't. This will be the next episode of Big Boss. वहाँ पे
No,
सब लोग
this
दांत
is
निकालेंगे.
it's just scary. Like the idea is scary.
But
So
to
yeah,
be fair, back in the day, there must be a lot of people who needed tooth work done because ये नहीं था ना ये सब की brush twice a day and there's fluoride in your toothpaste and any of that shit, right? So I'm assuming that it was like a community thing where, hey bro, मेरे दांत में दर्द है. And then your neighbor went, bro, मेरे तो पूरे lower jaw में दर्द है.
Yeah.
And
And
then
suddenly the third guy is like, अरे गणपत म्यूजिशियन बोला क्यों? अरे इनको दांत निकालना है सबका.
क्या निकाल रहा है?
उसमें वाला नाचने से लेकिन फ्लॉस लेके.
No, but
By the way, floss used to be made of horse hair earlier. I don't know what was the fascination with animal hair and dental
But
hygiene. I don't know.
Strong, ना? Strong होगा.
हाँ.
I think that
But
was the I think that
I
that
hope
was the
I hope
option,
they were
right?
cutting the horse tail hair. Like नहीं तो ऐसे ही घोड़े के पीछे
No, they were
जाके
doing it with the
it's a
horse
very
attached.
dangerous. हाँ, it's dangerous because you don't know when the horse might kick you while you're cleaning your teeth.
But you are hoping the horse kicks you, so फिर tooth extraction भी हो जाएगा ना फिर वो टाइप पे.
वहाँ पे पब्लिक आके देख रहे भी है. That.
तू सोच पुराने जमाने का ब्रश क्या है? एक घोड़ा. ये ब्रश भी है, फ्लॉस भी है.
So guys, I mean, I know we've spoken about teeth and all that. I just have one mouth fact, and I think it's slightly important for
Where
you
are
guys
the teeth,
to
Baba? Teeth are in the
हाँ.
mouth.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. When I tell you this, all of your faces are going to drop
oh
because
my
we've
God,
all
waiting.
done this. We've
Waiting.
all done this, and I think that it is. I think India is not the country to do this, but we've still done it, which is the magical 5-second rule.
हाँ.
Okay, guys, there
Or
is
as
no
they call
such
it in
thing.
India, राम के भूत.
Ram ke bhoot. All
ये
I'm
नीचे गिर
saying
जाता
is,
था राम या भूत. So what are you going to say? Nobody says
Ram.
भूत ever. राम
हाँ.
मुर्गे खा
yeah,
लेते थे हम लोग.
You take God's name and you eat it.
guys,
But in
there is
India,
no.
you actually have to take God's name before you eat it.
But the
Because
thing about it is that you guys don't understand is that no such thing as a 5 second rule makes sense because it does not take 5 seconds for bacteria to crawl into
Yeah.
anything that falls.
Yeah.
It's not like when it falls, bacteria is like, "ये चल खाना है 5 सेकंड में पहुंच रहे हैं." ऐसा नहीं है.
No,
Guys,
no.
जिधर तू गिर रहा है
I
उधर बैक्टीरिया है और वो घुस रहा है तेरे खाने में.
I
So
love
please.
like animation creators. I don't know. I've seen this video. If you guys have the link, please put it down somewhere. There's this wonderful animation video where ऐसे खाना गिरता है and it falls on the floor and there's a bunch of bacteria around it. Okay, and they're about to go और वो अपने दोस्तों को रोकते हैं. Hey, रुक. It's like we have to wait and they're like 5, 4, 3. And then they are पूरे like proper Braveheart or like something like that. That's when they start running और खाना ऊपर उड़ जाता है. It's just beautifully done that
नो
animation.
ब्रो, बचपन में लगता था कि ये नीचे गिरा तो 5 सेकंड के बाद बैक्टीरिया आएगा. बड़ा हुआ तो मालूम पड़ा कि जो तेरे हाथ में तूने पकड़ा है ना,
Yeah,
उसमें
yeah.
ऑलरेडी कितना बैक्टीरिया है. ठीक है. यू विल सी सो मेनी स्टडीज एंड ऑल दैट ऑनलाइन वेयर तेरा हाथ, तेरे फिंगर नेल्स, इसके अंदर ऑलरेडी बहुत
Bro, there is a
अरबों बैक्टीरिया पड़े
there is
हुए
a there is
हैं.
a fact. There was a research that was done, which was shaking hands can exchange more bacteria than actual kissing.
Yeah.
Then actual French kissing has lesser bacteria than this. Can you imagine that stat?
Because kissing has helpful bacteria.
अरे irrelevant भाई, जो भी बैक्टीरिया है, लेकिन
No,
हाथ
it's
मिलाएगा
very
तो
relevant.
बैक्टीरिया.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
It's very relevant.
you can't kiss your business associates. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's awkward.
No matter
you know-
how hygienic it is.
Yes.
Sir, let's seal the deal. Yeah.
Sir, good bacteria, sir. Sir, good bacteria. Good
By the way-
bacteria is no defense.
You know, since we're talking about bacteria and hand and all of that, right? One thing that became really popular during COVID was your hand sanitizer, right? And you know how it's always the case, even before COVID, hand sanitizer is a thing, right? That in a group of 8, 10 people, one person would have it. Okay, everybody's just chilling. That one person takes out the hand sanitizer and puts it and starts doing it. Suddenly,
Everybody
everybody's
wants.
like, hey, मेरे को भी देना है. Hey, मेरे को भी देना है. You know, because up until then you're like, हाँ, मेरा हाथ ठीक है, साफ है. The second
Sanitizer
you see
and
somebody
breath
do
mint.
it. And breath mint.
Sanitizer
हाँ,
and
दे-
breath
दे-
mint. एक निकला, hey, ऐसे 5 हाथ एक साथ.
5 हाथ आगे फैलाते हैं. But you know, in 1847, there used to be a Hungarian obstetrician, okay, by the name of Ignaz Semmelweis. Now, this guy basically showed that hand washing greatly reduced infections in newborns. ठीक है. 150 साल पहले ये हुआ था. And over his like theory has proven to be true. He was one of the first people to say it. But
Germ theory.
germ theory, but his colleagues, they were so offended by this thing that they committed him to an insane asylum.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Just
कि
बात.
ऐसा कैसा तू कुछ भी बोल रहा है, तू पागल हो गया, उसको insane
Bro.
asylum में डाल दिया है.
Bro, back in the
Which
day,
now all of us are doing.
yeah, no, that's what back in the day you had any kind of radical thought, right? Even if it's true,
Yeah.
you just had to wait. You had to publish it posthumously. भाई लोग,
Yeah.
ये
Will में
मरने के
डालना चाहिए,
बाद ये
will में.
publish करना, please.
Will में.
You know,
Yeah.
so they also say that less than 75% of women and less than 50% of men wash their hands after going to the bathroom. This is one thing I've never understood. You know, many times you're in the washroom, other dudes are there, you're all at your urinal, and then you turn around and you know that this guy was there peeing right next to you, and you turn and go to the wash basin, but that guy just leaves. And
But
you're like,
the worst, you know
but
what the
there is a-
ones
वो
I
हाथ
hate,
क्यों नहीं धो
the
रहा
ones
है?
I hate are the people I've gone to, and this is like sometimes you go to 5-star hotels, okay, and you're looking at this. Clearly, this man is 100 times richer than I can ever hope to be. You know, you can see, और वो ऐसे घूमता है, and he goes to the wash basin, और वो एक हाथ like ऐसे courtesy के लिए ऐसे हाथ डाला उसके नीचे पानी आया, and he leaves.
वो दिखा रहा है सबको कि देख भाई मैं साफ
Yeah,
कर रहा हूँ.
that one hand and goes away.
But have you ever met the man who in the urinal finishes then is about to leave, but sees you go into the wash basin and says, "Oh shit," turns around and goes through the wash basin. Have you ever met this person?
No.
No.
Where
Yes.
where
Who
they
they
Never
get
are,
guilted
conscious.
someone.
yeah, they
They
get
get
conscious
conscious.
saying, "अरे यार ये तो पकड़ेगा मेरे को यार बाहर."
हाँ, ये सोचेगा कि मैं हाथ नहीं ये करता है. There is
Correct.
another thing, right? You see women come out of the washroom, they come out एकदम normally. हाँ, हो गया. Half the time men coming out of the washroom are
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
doing-
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
लोग
Also, some
आदमी
men are
लोग
taking a
को
bath.
मतलब उन लोग को पहुंचने क्यों नहीं होता है? कभी कभी भी तेरे
Can-
अंदर
can
हैंड
I-
ड्रायर होगा,
देख,
टिश्यू हो गया,
एक
One
चीज है,
second.
बट
this is
वो
this is
जीन्स पे
exclusive.
और बाल
No.
में ही पुश
This
होता
is
है.
something I've seen Indians do, and I've seen this in our airports and our like randomly like it's just वो जो नहाते हैं टॉयलेट में जाके वो ऑन करके
कौवा
ये
स्नान, कौवा
ऐसे
स्नान.
you're shooting one of those वो जो commercials होते हैं ना जहाँ पे लड़की लोग like sometimes you put
La
the face wash.
la la la
Yeah,
la
it's
la.
that like no men's commercials are actually like this, which is how men's commercials should be, where we splash water in slow motion and it's going
It's
on our
almost
face.
like मार मेरे को, मार मेरे को.
Yeah, it's an anger and the vigorous way in which they are like ऐसे करके जब खुद के मुंह पे गुस्सा निकाल रहे हैं पब्लिक में.
क्यों कर रहा है ये? And the assumption is that ठंडा पानी लगा तो मैं जाग जाएगा, मार मेरे
जो
को.
सही
तो
बात है.
चाटा ही मारना अपने आप
मार
को.
के.
जो है ठंडे पानी से मुंह धो गए, जाग जाते हैं.
It
बहुत
is
से
good.
लोग ऐसा करते हैं,
Varun is that guy. Varun is that.
ऐसा फेंकते हैं.
Hey, wait, can I tell you something? This is
Yeah.
Varun is that guy.
my personal problem. Okay, I just have never found anything in the bathroom which has been able to completely dry my hands. Right. So I'll tell you what I mean. Like you take the paper napkin, right? No matter how much, how many, like you feel guilty after a point. कि मैं actually like मैं trees को मार रहा हूँ. मैं इतना निकालो.
I have a solution for this. So this is a scientific solution. Apparently, this is how you dry your hands. So after you're done, you're supposed to flick them in the wash basin.
In the wash basin.
No, there's a number.
Ah, tell me the number.
You do it 12 times, and then you go to, because the most hygienic way is still a paper napkin. All the
Yeah.
hand dryers
It's
are
taking the same
blowing
air.
stuff from the atmosphere and
Yes.
putting it back on. So the paper napkin, you take the paper napkin, you fold it in half, and then it will 99% dry your hand. But
Yeah,
you
because
flick them
you
12
fold
times.
and you have to let it absorb the water, not wipe. We end up wiping and tearing it. You have to let it absorb. That's how you use it.
बट गाइस कुछ भी बोलो, असली सूखता है जब जीन्स के पॉकेट के अंदर तुम हाथ डालते हो, तभी
Not-
असली सूखता है.
Can I tell you?
यहाँ
Confession.
बाल के पीछे ये
हाँ, वो तो है ही ना. वो ये करके तो ऐसा सब कर रहा है, अरे बाल सूख गए, लेकिन अब गीला पानी तेरे बालों में है तो तेरे बाल डैम्प है, which is again breeding ground for bacteria. Your hands
तेरे
are not fully
हाथ-
done.
क्योंकि
35% more bacteria in wet hands vis-a-vis dry hands.
Yes.
ठीक है, तो your entire process, you were much better off before you went to the washroom than you are after.
You are better off being the guy who walked out of the urinal without washing his hands than doing all this nonsense.
You know something, like there is some sort of Murphy's law that happens to me every single time I go to the loo, wash my hands, come outside. Just then I will meet somebody for the first time and they will extend their hand to shake my
And
hand.
you are like,
Bro, how many times then I do this, then like, क्या हो गया तेरे को? ऐसे नहीं, मेरा हाथ गीला है. क्यों? अभी मैं क्या
नहीं, मैं
बताऊं?
सुसु करने गया था और फिर मैंने हाथ पे कर दिया और फिर मैं ऐसे ही बाहर चल के आ गया. Hi. How are you?
What is Q, man? How do I answer Q?
Like, can't they put two and two together? तू टॉयलेट से आया है, तेरा हाथ गीला है.
और
What-
तूने कुछ
what were
खाया
you-
है और तूने हाथ धोया है.
But
That's all that-
why am I meeting so many people right outside the toilet is the question. It's a theme of my life. I need
I have
answers.
a feeling, Kautuk, it is because I'll tell you why. This is a great deduction, I feel, which is that, Kautuk, you and I, in a loud, noisy environment, use the bathroom as relief. But there are a lot more people like us. And because we are like-minded, we meet them outside the loo.
It could be. Or like for example, this recently happened. I took a flight, got off the flight, had full bladder in flight, so waited till we landed, finished everything. I went to the loo, came out nice. And that's when I meet, like, there was another comic on the plane. And same thing. Hi man, long time.
Yeah.
Fucking- Anyway, there's that. Okay, now I have to tell you this. since we're on hygiene facts, I have to tell you the story of the world's dirtiest man.
Baba's
Okay.
right here. What?
Yeah, so stop like insulting people on the podcast.
Okay, wait. Now, before I tell you the actual story of the world's dirtiest man, let me first just tell you this, okay? So when you go to Google and you type world's dirtiest man, you get the world's dirtiest man. But when you type world's dirtiest woman, you don't get the world's dirtiest woman.
Yeah.
You still get him.
You get whatever you get that you should get.
When you type world's dirtiest woman, Google says, "Did you mean world's dirtiest man?"
No, Thakur, you're not getting it. When you type world's dirtiest woman, every link there should be opened only in an incognito browser
no.
mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
So anyway, so now the person who I'm talking about, right? He is was the world's dirtiest man. His name is
ये क्या गिनेस रिकॉर्ड है? ये सेल्फ प्रोक्लेम्ड है? ये
No,
anybody
I
who
think
looks
I've
at him
read
has told
about.
him.
I think I've read about this. It's a guy who hasn't bathed for some 79 days or something.
No.
No, so years. I'm sorry,
79.
years.
One
I'm sorry,
second.
79
No.
doesn't qualify you. उतना तो मैंने भी नहीं किया.
His name is Amu Haji. Okay?
Yes.
Now Amu
I've read about
Haji is not his
ये
real
जॉनी क्वेस्ट के साथ जो रहता था.
nahi, that was a different.
अच्छा,
So Amu
वो
Haji,
अलग हाजी.
Amu Haji is not his real name. Amu Haji is basically an Iranian man, and Amu
Yes.
Haji means old timer. Okay, so that's what his
Oh.
name means. Now this guy was a homeless person. He basically, like, the whole deal with him was that he has not had a bath for more than 60 years.
There you go, some 78 years.
Oh, wow.
60 years. So if you see a
I
picture
mean, he
of
never
him,
even walked out in the rain or anything. Like, even an accidental shower.
So the thing is
Yeah.
that he basically he claimed that he had become a hermit, okay, because of some emotional setbacks and heartbreaks. Okay, so the story is actually pretty, like, sad, but it's also crazy. So Amu Haji, he was celibate, which I think
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What was he celebrating?
No, he was celibate.
अच्छा.
So
he couldn't celebrate, basically.
Okay.
He would eat meat from dead animals that he found.
Which is how
okay.
all meat comes from. I don't know how.
No, but
supposed to all the alive animals.
Spoken like a true vegan. No, I mean, like, these were rotting corpses that he found.
Oh God. Okay.
Right. He drank water from puddles and rusty oil cans. He smoked. He smoked animal dung. Okay, from an old pipe. He lived in a hole that he had dug himself. Okay, so he was like a true blue proper hermit.
My God.
Okay. There's a photograph of him, very famous photograph of him. Like, so if you see this,
I've seen it.
if you type Amu Haji, you'll see this photograph where this man is covered in dust. Okay, it's like what?
He's ash in color. He's ash in color almost.
Yeah. Oh, Kautuk showed me this picture.
Yeah. And I showed it to Thakur, and Thakur was like, dude, he looks like the bag that comes out of a vacuum cleaner.
Thakur photo देखने के बाद नहाने गया था.
But by the way, didn't this guy live for like 90 years or something?
Yes.
So hence proved hygiene is not needed.
But
all the motivational speakers are wrong. All the motivational speakers, everybody is wrong. This is how Haji की तरह रहना चाहिए.
But here's the thing, okay? The craziest thing about his story is the way he died.
Oh no.
He died.
He showered.
Yes.
What? And he got sick.
So basically, after 60 years, his body had completely gotten used to life. Like, his body had been like, अच्छा तो soap नहीं आने वाला है, तो मैं adjust कर लेता हूँ. Right?
I think maybe the pores were clogged and they were protecting. The dust and dirt was protecting him from getting any disease.
Exactly. So basically, he died a few months after bathing for the first time in 60 years, having been persuaded by the inhabitants of his village to do so. That's the story of Amu Haji.
Wow, guys. So this episode is invalid. You can still live till 90 if you don't bathe, brush, eat dead carcass.
Yeah.
But now that you mentioned soap, fun fact, you know why soap operas are called soap operas?
Wow.
Because back in the day when soaps became popular and they wanted to advertise soaps, they would do radio programs, okay, that were sponsored by soap companies.
Soap brands.
soap brands would sponsor radio programs. These radio programs used to often be very like, what is the term for it?
Over the top.
Yeah, like what is the term for it?
Melodramatic.
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 Ah.
You know, it was targeted more towards homemakers and all of that, and hence the term soap operas. And that
So the storylines were reflecting of that also. Like the
हाँ.
storyline भी वैसा ही है, सब घर वर का
So
वो. So the first sabun, like the earliest evidence of soap, dates back to 2800 BC in Babylon.
oh my god.
It's like some man was like, wait, I think if I rub this on my body, I might be better. It might be a better chance for me to actually get a girlfriend.
Bro, so
Wow.
how did we find out? Like one small piece of it survived.
I don't know, man. Earliest ever, I don't know. Maybe a soap dish. I think that's how they found out, a soap dish.
But then
Something to keep it on.
no, but okay. No, even the Romans and stuff used to have their own baths, right? They used to have baths and shampoo and stuff like that, where they would do all sorts of things like roses and all. तो उधर बहुत मरा है क्योंकि वो सिर्फ खुशबू आता था लेकिन फिर कुछ होता नहीं था पानी में तो वो भी होता था.
By the way, just to finish up this thing about the world's dirtiest men, right? There is a second man we're talking about, and his name, and I'm sorry, but this is his name. His name is Dirty Dick.
Okay.
Oh, it's a bit on
But-
the nose.
Might be
But-
Dirty Richard.
Dirty
No,
Richard.
but it's Dirty
हाँ.
Dick. But but the part that was dirty about him was his face. Okay.
Oh,
And much like Amu Haji, this guy too, the reason, okay, so at one point he stopped washing his face. Okay, there was a moment when he stopped, and the moment that he stopped was when his fiance died on his wedding night, on their wedding night. Okay, so when she dies, he gets so heartbroken that he says that I vow never to wash my face for some reason. Okay, now what happened is that it wasn't just that he stopped washing his face, he also started living in squalor. Okay, so he didn't care about his surroundings, didn't care about how he kept his house. It became one of the worst maintained houses in all of London, to the point where it was so famous that you could just write a letter and say address to the Dirty Warehouse, London.
oh my
And-
God.
The postman would bring it exactly to his house.
वो देखता भी नहीं था,
Wow.
वैसे सूंघ के जा रहा है पोस्टमैन, कहाँ डालेगा.
So
सर कहाँ पे आना, आप सीधा जाके बांस आएगा, वो बांस को फॉलो करो.
जैसे
मैं
स्ट्रॉन्ग हो
मैं
जाएगा
यहाँ पे
आप
आँख
कर
नहीं
लेना.
खोलने वाला, नहीं तो मेरे को आँख धोना पड़ेगा.
so yeah.
अच्छा, but tell me, while bathing, are you soap people? Are you body wash people? Or
Soap.
are you
I
Amu Haji?
can't handle body wash. I
Yes.
have to
Soap,
have that
soap.
soap in my hand.
Soap,
That
soap
body wash,
person, soap.
if it just because I go through half a bottle and I've realized I've still not got the same amount of lather that one soap can give me in one little.
No,
khatam.
even if it does, unfortunately, even if it does, can I just say, like, it just takes that long to get off. Even if you get a good thing.
Yeah, you feel that
I'm a
it's
soap
still
guy. I'm
there.
sorry.
It's
I'm a
still
soap.
there. ऐसा लगता है body पे अभी तक वो
Thank you.
अजीब.
Thank
Yes.
you, guys.
Soap guy,
Till
soap
this
guy.
moment, I've always felt like I was the only person.
Soap
Where
guy,
when
soap
I
guy.
used
Thakur
when I
Only
used-
person
बैठा हुआ है.
who's just
no, when I used body wash, I would always feel like I've come out with one layer of body wash still on me.
Yes.
because after
Weird.
putting body wash, you also have to stand under the shower. Kautuk. You just don't put body wash and हो गया अभी.
Oh wait.
No, but I do think Thakur is a body wash guy.
I am mix. I am
Mix?
थोड़ा body wash और ये चल
तो
आज
दोनों
soap.
डाल रहा है.
आज
अच्छा.
soap.
दोनों पड़ेला उधर.
मेरा पता है
Wow.
बॉडी वॉश का भी यूज होता है
But
जो
I
हमेशा
am
बाथरूम में
very-
होता है.
Thakur
It's
is
when
the
साबुन ऐसा
classic.
पतला ये पापड़ी बन गया ना साबुन.
I'm sorry,
That's when it's like,
Thakur.
अरे ये मेरे हाथ पे फिसलेगा मोरी के अंदर. That's when I use the body wash.
No, body wash, yeah, body wash is emergency supply, but Thakur is basically मेरे को fresh lime soda चाहिए, sweet and salted.
Sweet and salted. मुझे पानी पूरी चाहिए लेकिन मीडियम.
ये वो है.
Loofah, I've never figured out the loofah. Like I know
Yeah.
that body wash is supposed to be used with the loofah.
Yeah,
That's
they
how
are
it
little
becomes-
tough to understand. You know, like they are not
It's-
open books.
But why would you willingly hurt yourself? Like once I used the loofah, it looked like मैं बीवी बोल रही है I'm cheating on her because there's just scratches on my back.
So
A wild night with the loofah.
you should have played along. Yeah, I have. What's her name?
Yeah.
It's Lufa.
Loofah.
Oh, she's French. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think you get to the part of what's her name? She is French.
What's her
After you
nationality?
say
वहां
yes,
तक
I
पहुंचेगा
think
नहीं
it's done.
conversation.
I think once you say yes, it's over, Thakur. It's not like, oh,
हाँ.
तो नाम
No,
क्या है
but then
उसका
to see
बता
her
जरा.
face that you were cheating on her with hygiene. What?
Good, because that's the key to a happy married life. That's what you do, so that your
Yeah.
back looks like your face. Like तूने मुंह पे लूफा चला है.
हाँ तो soap versus body. Here's the thing I've realized also कि body wash भी अगर यूज कर रहे हैं ना तो थोड़ा medicated vibe.
अच्छा,
हाँ मैं medicated vibe.
क्या
Okay,
डेटॉल
okay.
का?
क्या डालता उसमें? सोफ्रा
This
में
is-
डालता तू?
This
नहीं
is
ऐसे सेटाफिल वो सब का आता है ना medicated.
okay, okay, okay,
You know
okay.
like
I just
paraben free, this free, that free, कुछ है ही नहीं, कुछ केमिकल ही नहीं है आपके इसमें. तो सर आप बाटली अपने इस पे कैसे डाल रहे हो? नहीं मुझे चाहिए थोड़ा आयुर्वेदिक, बट
okay.
लग्जरी आयुर्वेदिक.
I just want to say that this thing which you've got of what's it called?
Paraben,
No, this
कांताबेन.
Medicated body wash.
हाँ,
medicated
हाँ.
body wash, this, that, and the other.
Jhol.
None of it makes a difference.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
It is just this for me placebo.
The idea,
Yeah.
the from everything that I have read is that they do just the same amount of cleaning, regardless of what it is. But I'm in your camp, Thakur, which is that I believe that in my head it cleans me better. So I will.
bro, in my
yeah.
head, advertising has sold soap so well that I can visualize that one germ out of the 99.9 that is still there on my hand. I can visualize it.
हाँ, वो एक ही ऐसा घूमते रहता है लास्ट में.
Yeah. So
Also,
anybody who thinks
has you know all you soap user has this happened where you have your soap dish in which there is a soap, ठीक है, जिसको तूने बहुत टाइम से इग्नोर किया है पतला, and then it becomes a part of the soap
Yeah.
dish,
It
and
becomes-
then your new soap goes on that old soap
yeah, but
which is daba out.
but I'm too
फिर
freaky.
बहुत साल बाद उसको you know जैसे आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट पूरा ऐसे थाड़ थुड़ करके निकाल.
That's how they found that first soap also, na, in Babylon.
Yeah, वहाँ पे उनको
but-
सोप डिश मिला, उसके अंदर सोप सेडिमेंट्री, ऐसा सोप का भी सेडिमेंट्स बना हुआ था.
Also, Thakur, this might make you stop everything. Antibacterial soap is no more effective than preventing infection than a regular soap. And triclosan, which is the active ingredient, can mess with your
pH
getting
level.
close to other people hormones.
Oh no.
but Baba, tell me
तो
something.
कल से मैं अमुआ जी.
पानी
जी.
नहीं, पानी अच्छा है. पानी से ना. अच्छा, this is the thing about the French. You remember when we used to study अपना स्कूल में, तो they used to tell us how the French bathe. तो हमारे
French
टेक्स्ट बुक
bath.
में होता था. हाँ, the
Really?
French bath. So the
What is
French
happening
bath,
in
and there
SSC,
used to be
dude?
questions. There used to be questions. हाँ, तुम SSC is torture. So it was, you know how the French used to have a bath.
No.
The typical French bath is bathtub को भरा, उसमें यू द टॉयलेट जो होता है उसके एक छोटा जो बॉटल होता है, उतना छोटा क्यों होता है? इट्स वन बाथ. तो उसको डालते हैं वो लोग अंदर पूरे पानी में, वो छोटा बॉटल खत्म, एंड उसमें बैठ जाते हैं. And
और बैठने के बाद बात बन जाता है यू डे टॉयलेट.
yeah, and just that is it. That is it. That was
See,
the bath.
इंडिया में इसको कौवा स्नान बोलते हैं, लेकिन खुशबू नहीं आती. इंडिया में सेम चीज है, उसमें तो पानी लेके ऐसा ऐसा करके आउट.
There's Louis the 15th who was the, I think the worst one. I think 16 was the one who got beheaded, but 15 was the one who created the entire
The reign of
horrible.
terror.
Yeah. So ये 15, and this is the one of the stupidest thing Louis the 15th did. He had a mobile bath.
Yeah.
So he could be pushed around the castle or whatever his place while he was
making
no
a call.
wonder people hated him
Oh.
के हम लोग के पास पीने का पानी नहीं है, ये यहाँ पे हमारे सामने नहा रहा
वो
है.
नहा रहा है और उसको कोई धक्का मार रहा है व्हील्स पे.
हाँ.
तो वो घूमते जा रहा है, पूरा पैलेस देख रहा है, सब लोग देख रहे हैं कि भाई लुई इधर
हाँ.
क्या कर रहा है. तू सब ठीक है कि नहीं?
केक
वो
खा रहा है.
बराबर काट.
Baba, you're going to love this reference. Walk with me.
Yeah.
Walk and talk.
I like that he is so busy. This king, who was considered one of the laziest kings, is so busy that he needs to have a portable bath. कि अरे मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है तुम्हें लोगों से
Bro,
मीटिंग
by the
करेगा
way,
नहाते
so
वक्त.
sorry to, it's a little tangential, but in the same space, there was one some CEO of some company. Okay, he posted this on LinkedIn. Okay, the picture is of him sitting in his conference room. Okay, he's naked from the top. Okay, like shirt nikal diya, shirtless hai. Okay, sitting in a chair and he's getting a massage from
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
and he's put it up himself, saying that sometimes you should mix business with pleasure, and it's okay to
Oh,
have a
wow.
massage while you're doing a course.
Of course.
Can
ये
you
था
imagine?
एयरवेज या कोई तो एयरवेज का था ना.
I don't know who it was,
He was some airline का CEO was doing this.
bro.
He's
But can
getting
you
a
imagine
massage while he's doing
the
a.
people in the meeting?
Yeah, it's just, I don't even know.
Sir, what do we, sir, आप कैमरा तो ऑफ कर दो ना. We are fine if you switch the camera off. Like you can talk.
It's just like, nice. No, not your idea.
थोड़ा इधर थोड़ा ये side.
It's like that
bro.
scene from Rockstar. It's the वो Rockstar वाला scene is one of my favorite scenes. वो जो मसाज ले रहा होता है and trying to talk business with him. वो जो उसको मालिश कर रहा होता है ना मार के.
I just, yeah. But also, while you're talking of CEOs,
What was that, Bao? What did you just do? Like, did you just talk to?
yeah, no, because I couldn't get over that visual, and I was like, he said CEO, but here I have another thing. England's medieval king, Henry IV, Henry IV required his knights to bathe at least once in
their
their
lifetime.
lives.
बाबा तू हेनरी का नाइट होता कंफर्म. तू हेनरी का
अरे
नाइट
but तू एक मिनट
वो नहा के
सुन
what I don't like is वो जो
एक
अंदर
मिनट
का वो
आदर
लोग पहन रहे हैं पूरा कवच.
एक मिनट आदर एक मिनट. The reason why this is great is because he wants them to bathe at least once in their lives. Okay, but only definitely during the ritual knighthood ceremony. He's like, मेरे पास आ रहा है तो नहा के आने का.
नहीं तो ये जो तलवार मेरे तेरे कंधे पे पड़ रहा है वो तेरे गर्दन पे पड़ेगा.
ब्रो उसको तो नहा के आना है, लेकिन तेरा जो नाइट का आर्मर है उसको भी घसना पड़ेगा अंदर से भाई.
स्टील वूल के साथ
स्टील नाइट है.
स्टील
अंदर कोई घिस रहा है बैठ के थोड़ा.
बिकॉज बोल रहे नहीं वो अमोनिया से साफ होते रहता है यूजुअली.
स्टील वूल के साथ साफ कर रहा है उसको.
भांडी के साथ अपना किट भी साफ कर.
ये ले प्लेट साफ कर. आपने तेरा शर्ट भी और तेरा पैंट भी जो तू नाइटिंग के टाइम पे पहनता है
बैठ के साफ हो रहा है.
Oh my God.
तो अपना ओरल हाइजीन तो हो गया, हाथ वाथ का हो गया, हैंड वॉशिंग हो गया, बेदिंग हो गया.
Bro,
बालों की बात करते हैं भाई. बालों की बात है. हाँ, so hair yes, hair no. Like because no, like body hair yes, body hair no.
So it's more convenient. It's more convenient for you as a human being to shave it off. It is more convenient.
Yeah, shave, wax, whatever.
Yeah,
burn.
But I have seen stuff where it's like stuff like your hair on the hand. So एक वीडियो देखा था मैंने जहाँ पे एक मच्छर ऐसे was trying to reach the skin but could not because the hair was so thick. So the hair is protecting a person from getting malaria.
No, so I just want to say.
ये कौन सा थकेला मच्छर है बे?
नहीं,
प्रबोसिस पहुंचता ही नहीं. हाँ,
और ये क्या बेवकूफ मच्छर है, लेकिन यहाँ से उड़ के गले पे चले जाना, सिर्फ हाथ पे क्यों काटना है तेरे को?
Mosquitoes are known for their high level of intelligence.
Yeah.
No, but here is the
पैर पे जाके काट, कान के नीचे काट.
Here is the other thing, Varun Thakur, to answer your question. I don't mind going first in this. I am a big fan of reducing body hair, right? Like especially on my side. Except that so on my back, for example, I will trim over it. But on my front, the thing is I'm not confident enough to be hairless. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I am not.
ये सब एक्टर लोग का प्रॉब्लम है.
एक्टर लोग कर सकता है. मैं नहीं है.
You are not confident of being hairless. You are not confident of being shirtless.
Topless. Yes.
You can still be hairless and keep your t-shirt on, na?
No.
खुद से भी शर्मा रहा है.
Why your hair going away has to have your shirt go away also?
No. I feel if I have to go into a pool or something, like if I'm going swimming or if I have to end up going like this, I don't want.
What is a better sight? when you're coming out of the pool
I
is
promise you.
your hairless body or a
और
body
jumbo
which has
back
hair
hair.
और ऐसे बाल अभी तक बाल से पानी टपक रहा है where you have to squeeze the hair.
मेरे पास उतना बाल नहीं है आदर जो मेरे को निचोड़ना पड़े, बट मैं सिर्फ उतना बोल रहा है. आई जस्ट थिंक दैट फॉर सम रीजन इन माई हेड आई एम लाइक द हेयर however ugly distracts from the ugliness that is truly my body.
Arey, can I tell you one thing? Baba, first time this
I
happened in
feel
my
all
life.
bodies are beautiful.
Like just a week or two ago, the first time I've observed it and it's fucking shaken my whole being. I found a white chest hair.
अबे
अरे
भाई, अबे मेरे
अरे
पास
हाँ.
चेस्ट है. योर वरीड अबाउट वाइट है ब्रो, मेरे इधर तो है. उस दिन यहाँ से निकला, मैं
अच्छा,
रेडी हो
कान
रहा
से
हूँ
निकल
मिरर में, और सडनली मुझे ये क्या है, और देखा मेरा ऐसे ये करके ऐसे बाहर आ रहा है व्हाइट बाल.
लट कान से.
मतलब हाँ इधर ब्रो, मेरे को बॉडी पे नहीं आते बाल, मेरे को फेस पे नहीं आते बाल, लेकिन ये कान से क्या आ रहा है बाल.
Arey, this is, you know why, no? This is because all our barbers when we were young, all our thing used to trim everything that was inside. तो किधर से भी अभी कैसा भी उग रहा है.
तू बार्बर का तो बोले ही मत, ठीक है. एक मेरा बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम था कि मेरे को दाढ़ी नहीं आती है. बाय द वे, कौतुक, वन एक्चुअल स्टडी, 40% more chance of you having excess bacteria if you have a full beard.
Yeah,
ठीक है?
that's what I mean.
क्योंकि
Having a
खाना वाना
beard
ये
is
सब
a high
चिपक जाता है
maintenance thing.
पसीना. या
And
People assume that
100%
beard is
more
low
chance.
maintenance.
100% more chance of me looking like an idiot without my beard.
अरे हाँ, तेरा दाढ़ी पूरा तूने like you made it very like बीच में हो गया था like
but bro,
proper
grass is always green on
philosopher.
the other side, right? I also want one day, yeah, just to see myself with this दाढ़ी. anyway, तो मैं जब छोटा था, मैं जाता था अपने इधर सलून में, ठीक है. तो शोएब भाई जो मेरा हेयर स्टाइलिस्ट था वो टाइम पे, मैं उसको जाके बोला कि मेरे को थोड़ा दाढ़ी चाहिए. 15 साल का हो गया, 16 साल का, कि थोड़ा लगना चाहिए कि मैं एज में बड़ा हूँ. उसने बोला उल्टा शेव कर.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's
तो
bad.
मैं देखे ये ऐसा उल्टा शेव कर रहा है ब्रो पूरा 3-5 साल. एंड गेस व्हाट, टर्न्स आउट इट्स मेड इट वर्स.
Yeah, not only has it made it
Because
worse, तेरे को
now
बाल
I've
तोड़ भी
gone-
होएगा.
हाँ नहीं, तो I've gone in the opposite direction of hair growth. So now this part, I don't know if you can see, this part now is as like, it's as soft as a baby skin with no hair. When I say no hair means no hair follicle ही नहीं है उधर कुछ. उधर ऐसे
वो खींच के निकाल दिया है.
सपाट
बस.
निकाल दिया है मैंने बाल.
मैं सरप्राइज है कि तेरे को बाल तोड़ नहीं हुआ है उधर, क्योंकि
नहीं,
उल्टा
भाई,
शेव करने
please.
से बाल तोड़ बहुत होता है.
नहीं
तो
नहीं,
you
बाल
know,
तोड़
वो जो-
मेरे दुश्मन को भी ना हो भाई, प्लीज.
वो जो रेड एंड व्हाइट होता था ना वो बार्बर
बहादुरी
शॉप पे.
पुरस्कार.
नहीं नहीं वो जो you see that thing ना, that circular thing that happen outside
Yeah.
barber shops, like usually you
Yeah.
see it
Yes.
in like western movies or something. So that is actually because they used to perform dental procedures also.
Yes, barbers used to do it.
So the
Wow.
red and white is actually blood and something else.
Bandages,
It's
bandages.
blood and bandages.
It's supposed to signify blood and bandages.
Sir,
It's
एक
weird.
mushroom cut और एक cavity remove.
Cavity remove. It's bizarre the kind of trust we used to just give people who are not experts in the field. And एक है so now I've started watching these extravagant barber videos.
Oh really?
Which is
What? Wow.
आग से बाल ट्रिम करते हैं वो
It's a
लोग. देखा है तुमने?
weird obsession on YouTube. I
they
think.
use fire to do like cut your hair या सीधा ऐसे जला देते हैं and the hair is burning for a little bit and then just like they put it out just before just when you reach
क्या
the right
बास आएगा लेकिन ब्रो.
Oof.
length. It's insane. And then one video where बाबा तुमको नहला रहा है, एक आदमी है बिना शर्ट के बैठा हुआ है, so it's like it's not, you assume that he's going to get a massage, तो ऐसे कर रहा है, then धीरे धीरे यहाँ पे साबुन डाला, फिर सर पे साबुन डाला, वो कुर्सी में बैठा है by the way in the middle of the
Oh
salon.
yeah, I've seen these.
वो डालता है, फिर चेस्ट पे डाल रहा है, right up to the navel. This guy
Oh
is
my.
putting soap on this man and rubbing वो नहला रहा है उसको, हाथ ऊपर करके बगल में साबुन डाल रहा है. Why is this happening in a public saloon?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Okay, now, did you know that your remote control
Yes.
has more germs
Mm.
than you can actually think about?
Baba, this
Because-
is, you know what?
प्लास्टिक में डाल के रखते
Because it controls 90,000, it contributes to about 90,000 annual deaths from
Yeah,
infections
remote control.
acquired. Yes,
What?
remote control. Yes.
Baba, this is
चाट रहे हैं
a
क्या remote control को?
this
No,
is an
it's
out.
basically somebody takes a remote control, plays something that you are like they want to watch and not what you are watching. You end up coming into a fight and
No,
you kill the other person.
no.
Yeah, that's probably it.
No,
Then wait 1 minute. What do you think? What's better, the
Oh
toilet
God.
or your study desk?
Toilet.
what
Toilet
is
is cleaner.
better? For
Yeah,
what
it
Toilet
depends
is
is.
on
cleaner.
what.
I personally,
Yeah,
I
I personally feel
clean my
toilet is
toilet,
better for studying and studying desk is better to poop on.
No,
which
I
is
think
which
no.
I
So the thing
personally
is,
clean my toilet more often than I clean my desk. That is a
I'm
fact.
just saying, that the it would be safer for you to be working sitting on your toilet than it would be.
I
And it's
don't
Uh,
think
also
so.
much better work. I'm telling you, my best
I don't
Yeah.
think
ideas.
so.
We've been
मैं
having
बचपन में
candlelight
एग्जाम के टाइम पे अगर
dinners.
कुछ
We've been
आंसर याद
having
नहीं आया ना,
candlelight dinner on the commode. It's the cleanest place to have a candlelight dinner.
yeah, because you'll be alone at this dinner and nobody else is
no,
going to show up.
and the other thing that I wanted to say about the other thing I wanted to
But
say.
what was the answer? You just put a question and you moved
Obviously,
on.
no, obviously, a toilet is more hygienic, not only because of anything, but because people don't end up cleaning this. So the number of people that actually show up on the desks and doing whatever
I think
is
this isn't true at all in the slightest.
it
There
is.
It's
is
true.
no chance. Like I'm sure your desk is dirty, but I don't think it's anything
By
close.
the way, I was going to tell you that instead
You're
of
not
desk,
working. You're not working inside the toilet, Kautuk Srivastava. You're working sitting in the environment of the toilet. Also, by the way,
you don't know how Kautuk works, so don't
Exactly.
just
Please
presume.
don't
Don't make
assume how other
assumptions.
people work.
also whenever you flush in the loo, and this is very important. Okay,
Please
whenever you
cover.
flush, shut the lid when you flush
नहीं तो तेरे
because
मुंह पे आ जाएगा.
it's not just muh pe. Apparently, when you flush, it circulates
Hmm?
a lot more bacteria or germs, or splashback creates a lot more problem from things.
So the
And
thing
guess
is,
वो कहाँ जा रहा है? तेरे toothbrush पे.
exactly,
जो वहाँ पे.
I'd read a fact which immediately made me be a shutter downer of pot while flushing. The same fact, ki like when you flush, apparently droplets of water are being flung up to 6 feet away from the pot, and if you have an exposed toothbrush out there, it's all over it apparently. So, anyways,
Guess what? You're brushing with your poop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are my
speaking of
teeth
that,
clean? Yes.
speaking of that, there was this is a crazy fact. Okay, now please don't ask me why this happened, but obviously
Why did
manure
this
was.
happen?
No, wait a minute. So President James Garfield did not die from the bullet that was shot at him, but because the medical team treated the president with manure-stained hands, causing a
Oh,
severe infection that killed him 3 months
wait,
later.
wait.
yes,
There's a
yes,
difference
Aadar.
between poop and manure.
Yeah.
Why were these doctors handling manure? Because manure means something else entirely. कि वो
ये-
जाके farm पे गाय के साथ खेल
Who
के
called
आया.
the vet? Hello,
There's
president.
a big difference.
Are the doctors
Why
available?
are they
No,
saying
sir.
manure?
कौन है अभी?
This is exactly why I said, don't ask me why they had
It's
manure-stained hands. But I think they thought that manure was a anti,
Bacterial, antifungal.
like it was probably
ये
that, and that's
वो
what.
आदमी की बात सुन के आया है जो बोल रहा था अमोनिया इज इन देयर इन द पी एंड इट विल हेल्प
Yeah.
सब लोग.
But by the way, one of the guys credited with inventing the toilet, his name was Thomas Crapper. Yeah.
Oh,
Does the word
yeah.
crap?
So
Does the word
crapper
crap?
and crap.
No pun intended. No, but basically, a lot of people think he's the one who invented, but it's not actually him. It's a guy called Sir John Harrington, who in 1596 constructed a device for his godmother, Queen Elizabeth I. Now, basically, Queen Elizabeth visited Harrington, who had been exiled from the family court due to his habit of telling risque jokes. Okay.
which is basically me.
No, so the queen went to meet him and she noticed that he had built himself a throne, okay, that consisted of a pan with like a leather valve and that would let the water in. The queen asked if he would do the same for her. And so one was installed in Richmond Palace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
ये
But
Harrington
1870 में क्रैपर ने उसको ही लेके और सब बनाया and he invented something called the ball cock, which is basically what prevents
The
toilet
flush.
from overflowing. No,
Oh,
it
wow.
prevents toilet from overflowing.
The flush
So-
के अंदर it uses the ball cock valve, right? That is the flush that
Yeah,
has.
so तो ओवरफ्लो नहीं होगा. और उसने पूरा एक टॉयलेट शोरूम खोला 1870 में.
Wow. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, this Mr. Harrington is related to Kit Harrington from Game
Yeah,
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, correct.
Yeah. What the?
Kit Harrington's forefather.
Four father,
Wow.
toilet
Four,
Ganesh.
four. Yeah.
Must.
My
बट यू
God.
नो मेरे
अच्छा.
साथ अभी हुआ. मैं अभी रिसेंटली गया था ना लंदन शोज करने के लिए, तो अपने एक दोस्त के घर पे गया जो अपने दोस्त के घर पे रह रहा है, जो एक बहुत ही मेगा डेथ अमीर इंसान है. तो मैं उसके घर पे पहुंचा, हम लोग चिलविल कर रहे और मेरे को जाना था बहुत बैडली टॉयलेट. तो मैंने उसको पूछा कहाँ जाना है, तो उसने बोला डाउन द हॉल टू द राइट. तो मैं गया ऐसे टॉयलेट में, दरवाजा खोला, ऑटोमेटिकली पॉट का टॉप खुल जाता है. मैं बोला ओ ये वो वाला है, ठीक है, कि इधर ऐसे सब होने वाला है अपने आप.
Japanese.
हाँ, तो 50 बटन है ये वो. तो मैं किया सब, यूज किया बटन अलग अलग सब, फ्लश आया, मजा आया, गर्म पानी ये वो, हीटेड सीट ठंड में. नाउ आई गॉट अप.
FM radio.
हाँ, सब कुछ
Hey,
सोप ओपेरा
guarantee
बज रहा
FM
है
radio
उसमें.
है. FM क्या?
हाँ.
They'll connect to your iPod.
By the way, my dad told me when he had gone to Japan, one of the functions was a thing shaped like your hand comes in, cleans it, and goes. And my dad didn't know about it. So he has pressed the button. Suddenly he's like, "ये कौन है बे? प्रवीण, तू इधर क्या कर रहा है?" फिर देखा कि चले गया. Dude, it scarred him for life.
Of
Every time
course.
somebody mentions
like he has
Japan
a
around
name
my
for his
dad,
hand.
ना, he's like, अरे एक हाथ आता है मालूम है टॉयलेट के अंदर से. तो वो अभी वो हाथ साफ कैसे हो रहा है मेरे को नहीं पता. ठीक है.
My
Anyway.
God. हाँ, God. Oh no.
It's cleaner than your desk, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. तो
God.
I've used this. I'm thinking of my dad. थोड़े ऐसे अभी हाथ आएगा, ये कैसे होगा, अभी ये सब मैंने इधर सीन कर दिया है, तो उसको फ्लश कैसे करूं, क्योंकि देयर इज एवरीथिंग. पानी इधर उधर जा रहा है, किधर भी फ्लश का आइकन नहीं है.
Flush
तो
का आइकॉन नहीं है.
हाँ कि ये
I think you have to
बटन
say.
दबाओगा तो फ्लश होगा. अबे मैं लिटरली चिल्ला, फ्लैश फ्लैश वाटर, कुछ नहीं हो
तूने
रहा है.
फोन लेके गया तो गूगल करने का ना, वेयर इज फ्लश ऑन दिस
अरे
रिमोट ऑन
ब्रो,
दिस
तो
टॉयलेट.
मैं एक टाइम के ना, now I have to also, I've been inside for like 15 minutes trying to figure this shit out. I'm in somebody else's house, fancy ass toilet. I don't want to leave.
This is like the Ross
evidence.
episode. I'm wearing
No,
leather
man.
pants and they're not coming on.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Everything else happened. Every water valve, flush, ये jet वेट सब चालू हुआ, flush नहीं हो रहा है. मैं
इनमें
फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया
बाल्टी
bro.
लेके ठाकुर बाल्टी उल्टी
अबे
कर रहा है.
बाल्टी भी नहीं थी यार, इन लोग बाल्टी नहीं रखते ना.
One second,
They
can I
don't
guess
believe-
the end of the
क्योंकि-
story? That when you walked out of the bathroom, it flushed on its own?
I thought it would be that. So I'm moving away thinking कि अरे सेंसर होगा, तो मैं एक्टिंग कर रहा हूँ कि मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ. और फिर मैं दरवाजा बंद किया और ऐसे सुन रहा हूँ कि फ्लैश हो रहा है कि नहीं. इधर मेरा दोस्त बैठा सोच रहा, चूतिया तू कर रहा क्या एग्जैक्टली. फिर मैं वापस अंदर गया, वापस ही हो रहा है. डूड आई गॉट सो अनॉयड, तो मैं गुस्से में ना ऐसे किया,
Oh, so you okay.
फ्लैश हो गया. बेसिकली पॉट के पीछे से एक ब्लैक चीज था which did not look like a flush. It didn't say flush, it didn't have a symbol of flush, it just looked like a design. That
Correct.
was the flush and nobody mentioned. मैं गुस्से में ऐसे किया और वो फ्लश हो गया bro.
Wow. I feel like your hosts need to leave a manual.
You have to
Yeah.
just press this for flush.
So that Varun can leave a manure.
Manure is the like also. So since we're on this, at the
Since we're on the
end-
pot.
yeah, we're on the podcast.
This has now become a podcast, yes.
So NASA has been having a lot of. So the thing is, the
Issues.
only way, one of the biggest reasons we can't go to Mars is because our toilets are not as efficient on the spacecraft. Because every time you flush, the thing is, if you just let it go out of the aircraft, because of the trajectory and because of Newton's law of motion, it will follow you all the way to Mars. Because
Oh,
it's going in the same, yeah. So the thing, and the problem is, if you decelerate when you are entering the Martian atmosphere, like where you're getting into Martian orbit,
तो वो
it
पीछे से
will
आएगा.
all come आके hit करेगा. So now the only way to eject it is to have some air in the airlock so that it throws it in the other
like a
direction.
torpedo. You have to torpedo it out.
Now the problem with that is,
It has
if
to go
that
out of the
happens,
aircraft the exact way it came out of you.
yeah,
No, the torpedo of it. The problem with the torpedo is that if you torpedo it, you increase your speed or something like that.
no, it will throw your
Abhi,
aircraft off
aircraft is
trajectory.
not moving with poop
No,
speed.
no, it will throw it off trajectory in the vacuum.
That's what I
Or
mean.
then you have to
That's what I'm saying. If you
recalibrate it
shake it, you have to
and
recalibrate it.
actually and get back. So now you're wasting energy also, and you're wasting thrusters. And if you, God forbid, do it wrong, so after every poop, you have to
NASA, I have the solution. Have 3 people poop at the same time, so it balances it out. It goes.
अरे but अगर उसने ज्यादा किया, उसने कम किया, तो क्या होएगा?
अबे same खाना दो, same height. Actually, छोड़ रहने दे.
This is some.
Varun, this is why you're not working at NASA, because you gave up so easily on this problem.
Yeah,
I want
and-
this to reach NASA. कि
So
देखो guys, अगर
इन लोग को
3
अलग-अलग
डिफरेंट
side पे
डायरेक्शन
बैठाओ.
में, हाँ, और इधर से
अगर
इधर
एक
से-
आदमी, this is like a math problem. अगर एक आदमी एक टाइम पे पॉटी करके ट्रेजेक्टरी हिला रहा है, तो 3 आदमी 3 टाइम पे साथ में आके ट्रेजेक्टरी नहीं हिला.
if you
Bro,
work for
my-
NASA or happen to know anybody who does, please.
Bro, imagine the performance anxiety if you are responsible for one thrust to get the aircraft back into trajectory.
My God.
देख तूने नहीं किया तो भाई अपन मार्स नहीं, अपन जुपिटर पहुंच रहे. तो आज तेरे पास जो है, जो तेरे दिमाग में, आज तू कर दे भाई, कर दे.
मार्स की जगह सीधा जुपिटर जाए.
अरे सर, उससे ज्यादा छोले खा लिए, अभी अपने को जुपिटर जाना ही पड़ेगा.
नहीं,
जुपिटर
guys.
जा रहे हम.
You will reach Uranus.
Oh no. It was right there. It was right there.
Uh,
By the way,
on
they
that
figured
note-
out a creative solution for this. Oh shit. Okay.
No, no.
नहीं, बोल.
They figured out that scientists are, because the best heat shield is hydrogen. So if they can extract the nutrients, there are scientists who are doing proper research, not smile research. These are scientists, NASA scientists doing research where they can extract hydrogen and then form a a radiation shield around the craft using human fecal matter. But it's like it has to be 8 to 10 inches thick. So it will be around the craft and it will provide safety from radiation once you leave Earth's atmosphere.
Bro, what they do the same thing even with peeing, right? Like urine, like on the
They
International
recycle it.
Space Station, it gets recycled. So in NASA, they have a saying, they're like, today's coffee is tomorrow's coffee.
and then they're like, bro, आज थोड़ा extra strong हो गया तो पानी पी ले please.
आज तो सुरेश थोड़ा control कर. So it's no surprise that Japanese are always ahead as far as, like the entire science of pooping is concerned. We've already established toilet paper से ऊपर तो हम लोग का system है. So and Japanese have taken that 5 steps further. But even Japanese monkeys, Japanese macaques are the tidiest primates in the animal kingdom.
Oof.
In fact, they wash their food with salt water before eating it.
क्या बोल रहा है?
And the female monkeys are so scared of fecal matter, they actually get turned off by a dirty male.
Wow.
So that's a monkey fact. So even monkeys are hygienic, so there's no reason you shouldn't have a bath every day.
Exactly. Monkey भी हाथ धो रहे, तुम भी धो लो. Monkey भी खाना वाना धो रहे, तुम भी धो लो. Brush करो अच्छे से, nao. I mean, it's not stuff you already didn't know. We just thought of reminding you guys with some fun facts. So anyway, that was the end of this episode of the Internet Said So. We were discussing various hygiene facts. If there are facts we missed out, let us know. Anything else about hygiene in general, let us know. And don't forget to go buy the Colgate Visible White toothpaste and enjoy and get smiley white teeth. On that note, that's the end of this episode. Goodbye. Take care. Salam ishq. See you next week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Subscribe.
Hey, Baba, do perfect smile.
Cried.
Yeah, अब तुमने दांत दिखाओ.
अबे तो लिप्स को अंदर क्यों ले रहा है तू बाबा?
That's
वही तो था.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं रहना क्या है?
अरे भाई
This
उसका वही था. You have to see the top layer, top teeth, and no
top
front teeth.
teeth, not the gums of the top teeth.
Hmm?
was
Do you really think, Baba, when you're looking at yourself, this is the ideal smile?
Science है so bro. मैं science के साथ नहीं बात कर.
Acha, by the way, I had figured out during the pandemic how to smile with the mask.
oh yeah.
Where I
How?
don't actually smile, I just smile with my eyes.
Why?
Because I didn't want to make the effort. Because every time you smiled, your
Oh
lips
yeah,
would
bro,
touch
this is
the
very
front of
good.
the mask. Yeah, it's just I would just smile with my eyes. I just
तेरे
realized,
मुंह में
and
अंदर है bro.
because every time you smile, the lips would touch the front of the mask, and it was invariably wet or something. So you don't want to constantly keep
Wouldn't
touching
it?
that cloth.
Wouldn't it just be easier to just do?
To smile, bro.
Yeah.
Just put your mask on, smile.
But
Bye. Bye.
अभी अभी तेरे आंख में धूप आ रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है.
Bye.
पता नहीं चलता.
oh my god, that was amazing.